entrusted to the EUIPO in 2012, the Observatory has grown beyond recognition. Thanks to the combined efforts of the network and the office generally, the Observatory has become a powerful voice in the debate on the future of intellectual property. But in intellectual property, nothing remains static, and it is time both to reflect upon and celebrate the achievements, and to chart a path to the future. The knowledge contributed by the Office through more than 45 studies and the networks and tools created have been at the heart of the Observatory's work. The trilogy of studies on the economic contribution of IP, the perception of citizens, and the quantification of IPR infringements have been built upon with further detailed research, contributing to wider awareness of the importance of IP rights.
Around 60 billion.
Les vêtements et les cosmétiques.
Für geistiges Eigentum.
As well as studies, the Observatory has worked directly with young people to find out the best way of reaching them and has offered tools providing wider access to legal sources of digital content.
I think that IP is extremely important, especially for businesses, and I think that students, especially the undergrad students, need to know how they can get protected in case that they launch their own businesses.
At the same time, the networks built with judges, customs and police, prosecutors, education authorities and others are leading to more sharing of knowledge and good practices. The Observatory has leveraged the close cooperation and support of the EUIPO's departments and services to support these networks, including international cooperation and legal affairs and digital transformation.
Observatory are trying to solve complex problems in anti-counterfeiting and anti-infringement, and in order to do that they need the best tools. There are huge amounts of data, it's a very complex environment, and if we can bring to bear stuff like big data and artificial intelligence to support their decision making, then that's fantastic.
As a research, intelligence and communication resource on IP for the EU, with competencies covering all IP rights and support for IPR enforcement, the Observatory does not advise on policy. However, it puts many resources at the service of policymakers, and this influence has been seen in the discussions or outcomes at the G7, the World Trade Organization, the OECD, and the Education Council, where its contribution to the inclusion of IP and key competencies was acknowledged and praised.
Protection of ideas has become a lot more complicated, and this generation needs to be taught about owning their ideas and owning the things that they think about and the things that they invent.
You should be learning about it in school actually, because it's so important, but nobody tells you about it.
¿Os gusta lo que habéis hecho hoy?
Sí! It's around about 30 organizations and enterprises that are committed to the MOU.
Support for the Commission is a core objective, both in voluntary cooperation activities and policies related to enforcement and case law. Intelligence gathered by the Observatory is being used by the Commission to support policy and non-legislative initiatives on online advertising and IP rights, and the flagship enforcement events organised for EU policymakers are making a significant impact.
There is a lot to be done in the area of implementation of IP rights. It is not only in the area of getting the legislation on implementation better, but also in the area of finding various non-legislative measures, ways, tactics, business models even, how to get IP rights, let's say, better implemented.
Meanwhile, in the international arena, the Observatory supports enforcement-related aspects of the EU-funded IP projects in third countries, which are implemented by the Office on behalf of the Commission, and it is also helping consolidate the network of IP experts in EU delegations. In a globalized marketplace where international criminal gangs respect neither laws nor borders, providing powerful digital tools to support intelligence and enforcement is vital. To help meet this need, the enforcement database and the other tools that have been created are being consolidated into an IP enforcement portal to support right holders and enforcers in the daily management of IPR enforcement activities.
We are very delighted to receive them that way, because for us it's a lot of work already done for us. So it saves a lot of time, because we don't have to key in everything in Scopus, because it has a direct link. So we are very happy.
In parallel, the Office, through the Observatory, is partly financing the IP Crime Coordination Centre at Europol. This centre recently coordinated the largest ever European law enforcement operation against counterfeiting, Operation Aphrodite, which shut down 10,000 illegal online shops and is becoming an EU-wide intelligence hub. In a similar way, cooperation with Eurojust, OLAF and CEPOL has both strengthened the IP system and given visibility to the fight against IP crime. Joint studies and joint activities, including knowledge sharing and technical training through initiatives such as the Virtual Training Centre, co-developed with CEPOL, and the seminars and case law events run for judges, prosecutors, police and customs, are now making a difference.
Es muy importante además este tipo de cursos para organizar una red de policías que nos conozcamos, porque la propiedad intelectual es uno de los grandes tráficos del mundo, con lo cual la cooperación internacional es absolutamente necesaria.
These collaborative networks and initiatives are complemented and enriched by the proactive engagement of all stakeholders, including consumers and civil society, through the Observatory network, which helps to ensure the focus is kept on initiatives adding real value to existing programs. All the Observatory activities have supported the IP system generally and represent tangible achievements that stakeholders can be proud of. However, since the Observatory was established, some time has passed in what is a fast-moving world, and like other parts of the Office, it must continue to adapt and improve. While the flagship studies should be kept up to date, future additional studies should be focused on emerging needs.
We have developed knowledge and understanding for the importance of IP and the impact of IPR infringements. We have also developed tools, networks, partnerships. Now we have to make sure that all these strengths is leveraged to make a real difference on the ground.
The support for Europol's Intellectual Property Crime Coordination Centre is a good example of how the Observatory's work can help produce results. Looking forward, similar types of cooperative activities to strengthen Eurojust and CEPOL should be closely examined. Other changes include a new work stream on new technologies, which will build upon the lessons learned from the groundbreaking Blockathon Coding Marathon, run by the Observatory and the European Commission.
Blockchain-based solutions can contribute to the fight against counterfeiting and piracy.
Blockchain is one of the most promising technologies for the creation of a secure, trusted online ecosystem to support European innovation. The current coding competition demonstrates that the Office is ready to play its part in such initiatives and also make sure that IP-related matters are fully considered.
There are many other areas where we can, according to my understanding, make miracles with using blockchain technologies.
Looking at the wider societal impact, the importance of helping small and medium-sized enterprises to capitalise on their intangible assets and become more innovative, in line with European Commission initiatives, means there will be a new work stream in this area, including closer cooperation with intermediaries and national and regional IP offices.
I'm incredibly passionate about SMEs using their IP, knowing more about IP. I would like to see costs reduced, timescales shortened, help provided.
The Observatory will also be working closely with national authorities on a variety of support activities, including awareness, knowledge building and enforcement, building upon previous successful initiatives. In 7 years, the Observatory, as an integral part of the EU's largest agency devoted exclusively to IP rights, has become a significant force. While the work on contributing knowledge and awareness, supporting policymakers and cooperating with enforcement authorities will continue, it will be complemented by new areas of activity. Thanks to its unparalleled stakeholders network and the partnerships formed, the Observatory is well placed to adapt to the demands of a new age of IP, in which technology and global forces are becoming increasingly important, and also help meet the challenge of supporting the IP needs of the small companies who are the EU's seed capital for the future.